Welcome to the LivOverjoyed Show. I'm your host, Amy DeLeon, and this show is designed to help you navigate your life and business for positive action to live your dreams. This series focuses on how to leave your unsatisfying job to pursue your passions. Today, we have David Scheiner. David and I are both graduates of Jesse Isler's Build Your Life Resume course, and we're in a group of graduates on Facebook. It's a really great group, and we both highly recommend taking the Build Your Life Resume course. More about David, he believes that the only limitations there are the ones that we put on ourselves. He's a corporate wellness lecturer, meditation instructor, coach, chiropractor, author, and a student of both the known and the unknown. Okay, welcome, David. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for having me.
So we're going to focus on how you help people to figure out how to do what they love and love what they do.
Definitely.
And what are some steps that they can take to get towards that?
Well, first, it's important for people to ask themselves a few key questions. And those are, what do I desire? And what makes me itch? And there's a couple of more that are truly empowering questions. And one of them is, who did I come here to be for the world? You know, oftentimes people get caught up into, these are the options that are laid out in front of me from birth. And we have to go through these milestones, right? Like going to nursery school and kindergarten and elementary school and grade school and high school and undergraduate college, maybe graduate school, maybe professional school. But then all those options are still laid out in front of people. What if there was something new? What if there is something that the person has never heard of, that they actually chose to can't come here to the world to bring that? How would that be? But if one is not looking to go out on a limb and embark on uncharted waters or the unknown just yet, so to speak, asking themselves those questions: who did I come here to be for the world? What do I desire? What makes me itch? What are my unique talents? Is critical. And what does the world need?
Yeah, finding that purpose and that itch is key.
Exactly.
Now, I think you've had kind of an interesting background with healing and your mom being a healer as well. So you maybe had a different path than some traditional backgrounds, I would say.
Definitely. When I was younger, and I grew up on Long Island, beautiful, in New York, surrounded by water. And I always knew that there was more to life than what we were told. And so I went in search from a young age. And my mom would bring some spiritual healers to our home on Long Island to deliver weekend spiritual retreat workshops. So I was exposed to that from a young age, and it really piqued my interest. So then I went off on my own search and my own journey to find some of the answers to the mysteries of life, so to speak. And I had the fortunate opportunity to come across some amazing Native American healers, some other mystical and esoteric spiritual teachers. And I'm here to bring what I have learned to people so they can live an extraordinary life and be, especially in today's world, a beacon of light and a beacon of hope to humanity. So I did become a chiropractor back in the 90s. I opened up 4 holistic health and wellness centers in Atlanta, Georgia. I developed wellness programs for Fortune 500 companies where I go in and deliver wellness lunch and learn topics and bring food in and educate the employees and how to live a healthier life and a more empowered life. And it's been amazing. And I'm also a coach. So I'm a transformational coach and a meditation teacher and an intuitive coach. And I travel and I lecture extensively across the United States in undergraduate colleges and universities, also helping undergraduate students find their purpose.
That's great. So you have some interesting statistics as far as the percentage of people who actually love their job. And it's pretty eye-opening.
It's very eye-opening. So let's start with there's 7.8 billion people on the planet.
Hmm.
Out of those 7.8 billion people on the planet, there are 3.3 billion people that work. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Out of the 3.3 billion people on the planet that work, 90% of them can't stand what they do for a living. 90. You heard me right. That leaves 10% of the people that love what they do. So it's important for one to ask themselves this question: where is all of this leading?
Yeah.
Right? Because what people find, Amy, is that when they go to work and they don't enjoy what they do, the majority of those 90% that are going, that can't stand what they do for a living, actually, when they wake up in the morning, they get sick just thinking about going. Because when you know how far you can go and you know how much you're already going to be making, you've hit that proverbial glass ceiling. So then I get the question from so many people, Amy, across the country, either coaching clients of mine or undergraduate and university students. They say, well, Dr. Scheiner, I want to be a poet, or I want to live an outdoors life, or I want to be a painter, or I want to be a writer. Yet, as everybody knows, you can't make any money that way. And I say to them, if that's what you desire, and that's what you love, you go do that and forget the money. Because when you're just chasing the money, you're in a dead end position. And when you become a master at what it is that you love, people are going to seek you out. So those statistics are interesting.
So when you're finding your purpose, what are some of the key questions that you're asking yourself?
Yeah. So number one is, what do I love? And you want to make an exhaustive list of everything that you love in your life. And that can be looked at with another question, which is, what are my highest values? What do I value the most in my life? So for some people, number one is family, right? And then on that list is social life. And then we have recreation, we have spiritual. So all of these areas in life, it's important for people to get clear is and what's their hierarchy of values. And in that, they can also take an inventory of what do I love? Everything from being outdoors and nature to travel to family to my dogs and cats or whatever it may be. Number one, exhaustive list of what I love. Number two, Amy, is, as I mentioned before, what are my unique talents? And you ought to know, right? A person ought to know, what am I talented in? Number three is, what does the world need? When you take what it is that you love and match it up with what your unique talents are, and you go do that for the world in a service mentality, you're going to have more prosperity than you know what to do with. Those are the key questions.
Yeah, and that leads back to, the poets and the artists, and we're raised to have that limiting belief that, I had that belief because I wanted to go to art school. And my mom said, well, what are you going to do with that? We're going to spend this much money for you to go to this private art school. And then what are you going to do? So I went to business school. So how do you push them through some of those limiting beliefs on letting the money follow your passions?
That's an excellent question. And what I like to say to that is you want to look at what am I going to go do every day where I feel like I'm going to play?
Yeah.
Because wherever you feel that you're going to be going to play, you're going to be lit up every morning when you wake up. You're not going to want to reach over and hit the snooze button 17 times, where at that 17th, going on 18th time, you are going to force yourself to go out of bed because you have to go there. In reverse, it's what is it that's going to have you jump out of bed without even having to set an alarm? You see, you want your vocation to turn into your vacation. So you tap dance to play every day. And when you're in that mindset, when you're in that mode, you have the universe behind you. It's providing the momentum where the money is going to follow when you love what you do. And I also, to answer your question, this is a perfect time to fit this in, is you don't want to have the Monday morning blues, Wednesday hump days, TGI Fridays, and week freaking ends. Who that's no way to live a life. You want every day to be fun day. And that's only possible when you get that clarity on who did I come here to be for the world? Not what did I come here to do? Who did I come here to be? And that's such a place of empowerment. So, yeah.
What is important to follow when choosing your work, other than finding the play and that passion?
What's important to follow is your bliss. It's important to figure out what is my bliss. And it's a useful exercise to go ahead and become still and to go somewhat in silence. Go to a favorite place of yours. If that's in nature, maybe it's in the forest. Maybe it's at your favorite tree, and put a blanket or a towel down in front of that favorite tree. Or maybe it's at your beach, wherever your favorite beach may be, and lay a towel down on the beach and close your eyes and listen to the waves crashing on the shore. There's a lot of messages in nature that we can use to find that sweet spot. So one of my favorite quotes in that question that you asked is by a famous person. His name is Joseph Campbell. And Joseph Campbell's famous for teaching people about mythology and the hero's journey. And his quote says, when you follow your bliss, the universe is going to open up doors where there was once walls. The universe is going to open up those doors where there was walls when you follow your bliss. So it's an inside journey. Nobody can tell you what you are to do. Nobody can tell you what your bliss is. A lot of people have a lot of confusion because they always, in all ways, are looking outside of themselves for the answers.
Right.
And we're taught to do that from a young age. We're taught to listen to our parents because they have the answers for us. And then they take us to a person that's wearing a white coat and has a stethoscope around their neck, and we're surrounded by these white walls with these things that we're like, hopefully they don't put that into our mouth and we choke. Or we're always led to people that supposedly have the answers for us. And what we ought to start doing to find what our bliss is and our career that's going to bring us that joy and happiness is to step out of the shadows of others and start standing on the shoulders of the people that we look at as authority figures. This is the perfect time in our society to do that.
I know a lot of people have been reflecting and what they can do to improve themselves and the world.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know that you strongly live and practice meditation. And I was thinking that it'd be nice to close with a guided meditation by you.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And what would you enjoy the theme if I were to guide people on meditation? What would you enjoy? What would you want people to, the outcome to be for people?
Well, when you mentioned, laying down a towel at the beach and listening to the waves crash and really looking within, I think self-reflection.
Well, let's start it off this way. Before I ring my meditation bell and lead everybody through a guided meditation, allow me to say this, and that is, imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and the ghosts of the dreams, the ideas, the abilities, and the talents are standing at the foot of the bed, and they say, "We came to you. Only you could have given us life. And if you died today, what dreams, what ideas, what talents, and what abilities would die with you?" So don't let your greatness and your magnificence die with you. I'm going to go ahead and ring this bell, and we'll do a short guided meditation so you all can see the magnificence that you came here embedded with inside of you. I'm going to go ahead and take off my glasses, and I want everybody to sit upright wherever they're sitting, if it's at the beach or in the forest, if you're leaning up against a tree, wherever you are, and go ahead and put your palms face up on your knees, so your back of your hands are resting on your knees, and you can close your eyes. Have your eyes mostly closed and maybe just slightly open to allow a little bit of light in. Remember, it only takes one candle. And rather than cursing the darkness, we want to simply light one candle, which is representation right now of you allowing a little bit of light in. So your eyes are mostly closed, slightly open. And I want you to listen to the sound of the bell from the beginning and follow it all the way to the end. Bring all your awareness and attention to the sound of the bell. And as that sound of the bell slowly leaves, just know that the sound of the bell is still occurring. And just because you don't hear it, it doesn't mean that it's not there. And just because you may be in a position in a corporation or a position at work, something that you don't enjoy, something that you're leaving, and you might have some fear and what's ahead of you and some uncertainty and some worry, that's okay. That's normal. Allow those emotions to be with you. That doesn't mean that your next period of life and greatness isn't right there for your choosing and your creation. So just allow yourself to be still, like a still pond and a still lake, where the surface of the water looks like a plate of glass. Allow your mind and allow your thoughts to be still. Bring all of your awareness to the area of the front of your neck. And at the front of your neck, where the bottom of your throat resides, is what's known as our throat chakra. And our throat chakra has more of a green color. So imagine at the bottom of your throat, at the front of your neck, a green color, and bring all of your awareness and all of your attention to that area. And notice that green color slightly spinning at whatever speed that you would like, because for you all today, it is spinning. It's not blocked, because you do have a voice. You came here to this planet with an intention. And that intention is speaking your truth. And what happens to us from our well-meaning teachers, our well-meaning preachers, our well-meaning parents, whoever the people are that took care of us, with their good intentions, we may have heard, well, no, you don't want to do that, or no, you can't be that. So our imagination becomes threatened, and our dreams become unreal. And who we came here to be for humanity from a young age oftentimes gets squashed. My friends, today I'm here to let you know that that voice, that true essence of who you are for humanity, that beacon of light and that beacon of hope is still within you. It never left you. So at that area in the front of your throat, in the front of your neck, the bottom part of your throat, is where your voice resides. What do you want to say? Sit with that for just a moment and ask yourself the question, if I had a message to bring to the world, if I had a business to start, if I had a company to create, what would its message be? Sit with that for a moment. Even if that message is clear right now, go ahead and write it down. If you wanted to open up your eyes and have a pen and a piece of paper next to you that you have, write that message down right now. That's your true essence speaking to you. Your imagination and your dreams and your ideas and your abilities and your talents that are within you. So right now, what's happening is, and write that down and close your eyes and come back here. When you're fully in touch with that voice, you all have a strong message. When you're fully in touch with that, all 7 chakras, starting with your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, below your tailbone, ignites, and all of your 7 chakras become unblocked, and they start spinning in unison all the way up to your crown chakra. And then you're in full alignment, all 7 chakras fully aligned, with full alignment with all the planets in the universe that are spinning as well. And then no, you don't need to take any personality tests or career tests, because You know, you found it, your home inside of you, complete alignment within and with the universe. So you don't have to go too far. You don't have to ask people. If you want to reach out to me, I'm happy to guide you and confirm for you. Yes, you are home. That is your sweet spot. Take a deep breath in through your nose and blow it all the way out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose, blow it all the way out through your mouth. And one more deep breath in through your nose and blow it all the way out through your mouth. Just a little bit more, push all of it out. Very good. And before you open your eyes, and that peace and that stillness and that quiet that you're feeling right now, you can go to that place anytime that you would like. You are powerful beyond measure. You are stable. You have a beautiful and wonderful foundation under you and a stillness, so enjoy it. And when you're ready, you slowly open your eyes. And thank you so much, Amy, for providing this opportunity for meditation.
Thank you. I always enjoy your meditations.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about meditation. What would you like to share about the benefits of that and suggestions on how people can get started if they aren't practicing currently?
Sure. Meditation has been around since the dinosaurs. So actually the dinosaurs used to meditate, and it wasn't called meditation. The cave people used to meditate. They used to sit in stillness and listen and go within. So it's been around for many tens of thousands of years. And when you take a look at the word meditate and the way that it's spelled, you can look at meditate and then the number 8. And when you take a look at the number 8, instead of te, and how the ending of the word meditation or meditate is spelled, meditate and the number 8, and then you take the number 8 and flip it on its side, which is the infinity symbol. So meditation truly is because we are the entire universe manifesting through a human nerve system. Our human nerve system, which is the brain, spinal cord, and nerve pathways, that is our communication system within. It controls and coordinates every single function of who we are. It's also our communication system with the entire universe. So that's an infinite relationship through ourself and the entire universe. So it's a matter of becoming still and silent and becoming aware and in touch with all the noise. So what I'm sharing with you all is meditation right now. So if you're listening to it, meditation is not only in silence, it's also done through the spoken word and what the effects are of the spoken word. And these words that I'm speaking are intentional right now, that are intending to impress upon your nervous system in a way that can make certain impressions on your neurology. So when you become in touch with all of the chaos and all of the noise and everything that's happening right now in the world and in our country, and take a look at it as a movie, so to speak. If you were watching all of this as you're watching it on TV, or you're listening to it on social media and different people's comments, what I would like for you to do as a meditation practice is look at it as if it's all a movie. Step back and not be in it, and view it as you would be in the movie theater or in your living room watching it happening and unfolding on TV. And then I want you to notice that if that's a movie screen, or if this is a telephone or a cell phone or a tablet screen, what's behind all of the noise? What's behind all of the chaos? It's silence. It's a backdrop. So at any given moment, any human being can create a gap, an intentional gap in their own thoughts. So notice a thought coming. So, oh, I just had a thought. What is that thought? Follow that thought. This is a meditation practice from the beginning of the thought all the way through the thought to the end. And observe it, and then create a gap and notice what's that next thought coming in. And you can do that when you look out at the sky and look up at the clouds, which we don't have many in Arizona. So it's challenging to do that here. Although you can look up at the sky when there's those big, white, beautiful, fluffy clouds, and notice the clouds going by and use them as an analogy as thoughts. Those are the white, puffy clouds in the sky, and they're going across. Those are all thoughts, let's say. And just become aware and observe what's behind all of those white, puffy, fluffy clouds, the blue backdrop. So if one can become in touch with what's behind all of the noise in the mind and all the thoughts, there's a stillness from which all the noise comes from. That's meditation. And I don't talk about mindfulness because the mind is normally full with so much. It's more about emptying the mind versus the mind full, mind being full, so to speak, right?
I like it.
Great.
Any other closing thoughts?
Yes. And human beings spend most of their time in two dimensions. One dimension is the dimension that produces a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of worry. And that's where most people are residing today, Amy, and rightfully so. Let me talk for a moment about the other dimension, and that's the dimension where people have a lot of regret. Regret is in the dimension of the past. People spend a lot of time in the past and all the things that happened and all the regrets. If I would have done that, if I could have done that, or I should have done that. There's nothing we can do about that stuff anymore because it's in a place that doesn't even exist. And if it doesn't exist, why live there? Easier said than done, right? I understand. I help people with all of this. Like, how do you get to live in the present moment? How can you get out of the past? Okay, great. But the future is where a lot of people reside too. And the future is where all the worry, all the anxiety, all the fear, and all the panic resides. You see, if one was to truly bring themselves to the present moment, which is all we have, they would come to see in that place of stillness that I was speaking about a few minutes ago, that there are truly no problems in the now. Just as we are talking right now, and your listeners are listening, if you were truly present in this moment and get in touch with your breath and your sight and your listening, and you can feel and you can taste and you can smell, wow, that's truly amazing. And we have so much to be grateful for right here in the present moment. Now, are there a lot of things going on in the world? Yes, of course. But what we have within us and the ability to be strong and be grounded and be here and be now in the present moment, that will do something for us that will take all of the regrets, fears, worries, panic, and anxiety and completely absorb it. It's a wonderful experience. So I'm here to help people with that. That's my purpose, is to help people find theirs. So thank you for the last parting thought question. You're welcome.
So a few of the speakers have been giving gifts. Is there anything that you'd like to offer?
Yes, I would like to offer, and I'm not sure if you posted my contact information.
Yep, I'll be posting all that.
Okay, great. So anybody can get in touch with me at any time, and I am giving away complimentary 15-minute consultations.
Awesome.
So, yeah, you can meet with me via Zoom or Skype or over the phone, and we'll spend 15 minutes together, complimentary, which I promise you will feel like at least an hour, with whatever questions you have going on concerning your current state of affairs and career and purpose and fear, worry, anxiety, whatever it is. That's my gift.
Well, thank you. And what is the best way to have people reach out to you?
So if it's by email, it's David@DavidScheiner, SCHEINER.com. And my website is davidscheiner.com. And that's DavidScheiner.com. And then you can also reach me by this phone number, which is 480-747-7757.
Great. Well, thanks again. You already gave us a big gift today with what you've shared. So
thank you. And thank you for the opportunity. It's been amazing.